So, this is the objective of indoor environment quality based on RNC. The first objective is minimum RAQ performance, establish minimum indoor air quality performance. The second one is volatile organic compound minimization to reduce the detrimental impact on occupant health. The third objective is formaldehyde minimization to reduce the exposure of occupant to formaldehyde. Fourth, daylighting to recognize design that provide good level of daylighting. The fifth objective is sound insulation to reduce noise pollution between spaces. Sixth, external views to reduce eye strain for building occupants. And this is the last objective. Post-go occupancy comfort survey is to provide further assessment of quality.
For description of indoor air quality. The first one is minimum indoor air quality performance. 3 points is to ensure adequate fresh air supply to occupy spaces so as to maintain good air quality in building. To enhance indoor comfort through the provision of good natural ventilation design. The second one is volatile organic compounds minimization. 2 points is to encourage the use of specification of healthy materials and finishes which contain low volatile organic compounds to ensure the well-being of occupants. And the third one is formaldehyde minimization. 1 point is the product with no formaldehyde or products which use glue in their manufacturing process should comply to formaldehyde emission ratings. The fourth one is daylighting. 3 points. Demonstrate that dominated percentage of the habitable rooms and as defined under Uniform Building Bylaw (UBBL) has a daylight factor of minimum 0.5% as measured at floor level. For the fifth one is external views. 1 point. Provision of views to the outdoor environment which include greenery and or water bodies up for inhabitants to achieve benefit of relaxation and connectivity with the outdoor environment. For the sixth one is sound insulation. 1 point is encouraged and recognized building, wall and floors are designed with adequate noise attenuation properties to maintain good acoustic insulation between dwellings. Sound transmission class STC values of the partition shall be incurred in accordance with ASTM E413 or equivalent. And the last one is post-occupancy comfort survey. 1 point is to conduct post-occupancy comfort survey of the building occupants.
Requirements indoor environment quality. These are the requirements that have been decided by GBI for the criteria for residential new construction. For the first is minimum RAQ performance, which is A-landed all habitable rooms to meet the minimum requirements of ventilation rate in the local building code acquire 1 point, while for more than 75% of the total habitable rooms to be provided with cross and or stack ventilation require 1 point. Then, habitable rooms to be provided with cross and or stack ventilation acquire 2 points. For B, low rise or high rise, all habitable rooms to meet the minimum requirements of ventilation rate in the local building code acquire 1 point. For more than 75% of the total habitable rooms to be provided with cross and or stack ventilation acquire 1 point. And lastly, all public circulation spaces to be naturally ventilated to meet the minimum requirements of ventilation rate in the local building code acquire 1 point. Then, volatile organic compounds minimization. 1 point is awarded for any two of the following items up to a maximum of 2 points. First, use low VOC paint and coating to walls which is at least 90% of walls or no paint and coating use. Then, use low VOC paint and coating to ceiling at least 90% of ceilings or no paint and coating use. Then, use low VOC carpet or flooring at least 90% of flooring or no carpet or interior flooring use. And lastly, use low VOC adhesive and sealant at least 90% of over usage or no adhesive or sealant use. Then, formaldehyde minimization. Use product with no formaldehyde or use only products that conform to formaldehyde emission rating listed below or any other rating recognized by GBI if glue is used in the manufacturing process. First, European test methodology based on the perforated test method which measures the formaldehyde levels inside the wood specimen. Second, the Japanese Industrial Standards JIS and Japanese Agricultural Standards JAS departments use the desiccated test method which measure emissions and release from the wood. Then, the rating system released by the California Air Regulatory Board in the United States specifies emissions levels limit based on ASTM E1333-96 in the following wood composite products, which is particle board 0.09 ppm, medium density fiberboard 0.11 ppm, thin MDF which is less than 8 mm thick 0.13 ppm, and hardwood plywood with a veneer core or composite core. Then daylighting. A for the landed, more than 50% of habitable rooms acquire 1 point, more than 75% of habitable rooms acquire 2 points, and more than 75% of all rooms acquire 3 points. While for B, low rise or high rise, more than 50% of habitable rooms acquire 1 point, and more than 75% of habitable rooms acquire 2 points. For external views, demonstrate that all the habitable rooms have a direct line of sight to the outdoor environment through vision glazing if the view is towards an internal light well or courtyard. The window size must be substantially larger than the minimum size stipulated in the UBBL. Then, for sound insulation, ensure that the sound penetrations between dwellings are controlled within the following criteria: sound transmission class STC value between dwelling units more than 45. And lastly, for post-occupancy post-survey, conduct a post-occupancy comfort survey of building occupants within 12 months after issuance of Certificate of Completion and Compliance (CCC). This survey should collect anonymous responses about air quality, thermal comfort, daylighting comfort, visual comfort, and acoustic comfort in a building. For measurement and assessment of overall satisfaction, including thermal, daylight, visual and acoustic performance, and identification of thermal-related, daylight-related, visual-related, and acoustic-related problems.
Implementation requirement. For EQ1, minimum IAQ performance, provide adequate opening as required by the local building code. Cross ventilation is achievable by having opening on both sides of the room. The window facing the outdoor and environment must be sized to completely with the minimum requirement for the ventilation rate in the local building code, and the minimum size of the window at the opposite wall is 1 meter square. For EQ2, volatile organic compound minimization, the required point shall be clearly stated in the project specification. For EQ3, Formaldehyde minimization. Ensure that requirement points are clearly stated in the contract tender document. Submittal of the compliance document shall be prerequisite for product approval. EQ4 Daylighting. The implementation daylighting system for building includes windows face shading, light daylighting device. The daylight factor is the ratio indoor light level measured on the floor to the outdoor light level during the overcast condition with no direct sun. For daylight space, the lighting level should be fairly uniform with no great contrast to visual comfort. For EQ5, external view, providing views for habitable rooms is the primary design objective. For EQ6, sound insulation, STC wall graph is a close to a standard STC 35 curve. STC is an integral rating of how well a building partition penetrates airborne sounds. STC is calculated by taking the transmission loss TL value tested at a 16 standard frequency over the range of 1 to 5 Hz to 4000 Hz and plotted on a graph. Provide parties wall with a heavy mesh or sound insulation material to reduce transmission of a noise between walls. For EQ7 post-occupancy comfort survey, provide a systematic process and system for occupants to provide feedback on their indoor environmental comfort.
Next is the example features that contribute towards the assessment of Green Building Index. First, for minimum IAQ performance, there are two examples, which is cross ventilation system and stacked ventilation system. By using low volatile organic compound flooring and paint, we can reduce the emission of volatile organic compound and improve the health of the inhabitant. Formaldehyde is dubbed as the human carcinogen that can cause chronic disease, and reduced usage of formaldehyde are very important to reduce the risk of getting brain tumor or cancer. Poor lighting will reduce the working effectiveness, so they should have enough daylight so that the working experience are less stressful and increase working productivity. Landscape and greenery comfort the eyes and increase working productivity. Two examples here are the artificial pond and the indoor park. Reducing the noise will make people more focused and improve working qualities. So, by using sound absorbing panel, any unwanted sound are removed. Thank you.